We're back, and it's your boy Wings of Redemption. And not stopping the trend, I got another guy some of you might know. I don't know if you're real familiar with him. What do you got like now, 8,000 subscribers?
Yeah, something like that, like 8, a little over 8.
Who we got with us?
My name is Kyle, but I guess some of you probably know me as FpS Kyle or something like that. Got a few machinima posts and got a nice little channel of my own.
Hey, now the FpS Kyle, is that like a rip-off of FpS Doug?
Exactly, that's exactly what it is, yeah. FpS, the regular FpS Kyle was taken, so I put the O's on the end. Somewhere out there there's an FpS, the real FpS Kyle, I guess. But I love Pure Ponage. I love that show.
It would have been better if they had FpS Doug as the main character, because I'm not a real-time strategy kind of guy. I mean,
yeah, I want a spin-off of Pure Ponage. It's just the FpS Doug show.
I say this, but I was actually on Team USA for StarCraft, which is a RTS.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you know, but they Pure Ponage got picked up as like a regular TV show in Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Hey, some hardcore gamers up in Canada.
I guess so. Well, I mean, that's where they're based out of anyway. They're all those guys are Canadian.
I mean, when I went to Korea, I went to Seoul for the tournaments back in like 99, 98 or 99. This shit was like blown up, dude. It's like the Koreans, they love them some StarCraft, dude. I mean, literally, they have 3 TV shows that run nothing but StarCraft matches all day. Have you ever played StarCraft?
Like, don't they play a lot of World at what is it? WoW too, the World at Warcraft or whatever.
I don't know, but this is way back in the day. But I mean, I remember one was like a BNet challenge where they get these Korean pro players, and they would go against like regular people off like Battle.net, which is owned by Blizzard, which is Activision Blizzard now. So I guess it's the same company as Call of Duty now.
Yeah. And
it did show these pros just creaming like, you know, regular Joes that just log on to play a game. And I remember one time a couple of pros got kicked off the show because they actually lost the random game.
Ooh. It was probably set up. Probably some other pro got on. He's like, I'm going to embarrass these guys.
Just imagine doing that. Being a pro player, you're on the TV show. Cause they're actually on the TV show. They got computers set up and all. They got like their fucking Nike T-shirt on with like their sports drink logos all over it.
Get their MLG sweatbands.
And they, on their wrists so they don't hit the desk or something. And they're like, and then you lose to a random guy on Battle.
Don't you know you'd be sweating it out? You just be sweating, like looking around.
They got all these custom keyboards with like keys removed so you couldn't hit the Windows key.
Oh man, I never really got into too much PC gaming because I never really had a computer that was powerful enough to do it. So I've always been a console guy.
I was actually started out as a PC gamer on Counter-Strike Source. And,
oh yeah.
And then I went over to Battlefield when Battlefield first came out in like 2000.
Yeah.
I just got out my StarCraft phase. I played StarCraft and Diablo 2 for a long ass time. And my friend convinced me to buy a PlayStation 2. And basically, on PlayStation 2, I was like, man, I want a first-person shooter. And at the time, I liked Battlefield. So I bought Battlefield Modern Combat. And that was probably the best shooter game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Did you play Modern Combat?
I played. The PS2 was my first like real console, and I played SOCOM. SOCOM was my game. I
can never get in those third-person shooters.
I agree. I agree with you there. It's a pretty big transition, but I can go back and forth. Okay, like I played Gears of War a little bit. It wasn't really my style, but whenever I got my 360, it was Halo 2, and that's probably the game that I've spent the most time playing before COD 4.
So why did you buy the 360 if you start with the PlayStation 2?
That's all right. That's a pretty cool story. Actually, I play poker. I play poker for money, and in some pretty big games like $5 and $10 blinds, so pots get up to a couple grand. And I had won a good bit amount of money, and I was like, I'm gonna go buy a game system because I hadn't had one since I was a little kid. And I was going to get a PlayStation 3, and I went into GameStop, and the guy's like, you don't want a PlayStation 3, they overheat. He's like, they have a lot of problems. And I have no idea why he told me that, because it's not true from my experience. But so I went ahead and got the 360, and I'm on my 5th 360 right now because of Red Rings of Death, and I love the 360. I've got a PS3 also, and like I was telling you earlier, like I can't get used to that PS3 controller, but yeah, if that guy hadn't said that, I'd be a PS3 guy right now.
I was just wondering. I've always concluded that most of the people that like the 360 mainly because it came out before the PlayStation and they bought it before the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get the whole idea of why the transition from Sony to Microsoft. I figured mainly was some along that lines.
Yeah. I've never understood the whole console war thing anyway, because I guess I do understand. It's just because you've put $300, $400, $500 into a system and you want to defend your money. Because it's not like you're from the country of Xbox or the nation of PlayStation, you know.
It's not like you're a Microsoft stockholder.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just, you've got your $400 or $500 invested and you're going to defend your product.
Or if you like Blame Truth, $2,000.
Yeah.
I think Blame Truth told me he's got like 8 Xboxes now.
That's pretty ridiculous. There's a picture of my setup on my Game Battles account. I ought to put it on my YouTube. And I hate to, like, people that I know in my real life, they know I play games a lot, and they're like, how much money have you spent on that? And I'm embarrassed to tell them, because I've got like $5,000 in my little gaming setup. I've got a couple Xboxes and my PlayStation 3 and 3 cap cards and my big ass TV, and I'm on my third headset, and just, I don't know.
I'm gonna answer this since we're on this topic. People have always asked me, what do you need to do the capture card? All right, let me tell you what you need to record in high quality like I do. The first and foremost, you need a computer capable of processing HD footage. This is a big one. You'll see people like Hutch and Taylor complain about their computers and it takes them 10 to 15 hours to do it. It's because their computer is not adequate enough. And a standard 4-quad processor, like a quad 4, what word am I looking for here? Where it's got 4 processors.
The one with 4 processors.
Yeah, 4 processors. What I got. It's going to run you about, mine cost me, I want to say $2,100 just the tower. All right, that's $2,100. Then you got to have a capture card. Capture card is $250. Then you got to have HD component cables. They're another $50. Then you got to have an HD TV. I mean, mine costs $2,800, but you can get them as low as $400 or $500.
Yeah.
But you're looking at, for HD footage, you're looking anywhere about $3,000 to $4,000 just to put into it.
Yep. That's one of the reasons I get pretty mad when people hate on my videos, because there's so much money that goes into actually getting the video onto YouTube and the quality that it's in. Not to mention the time that you spent, doing what we're doing right now, the commentary and, the video processing and
getting the video
whatever you
ready,
have to
do. And then you put it out there and the person's just mad. Well, I can get this way.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I could do that. Last week I went 50-2 on that map. I'm like, well, I don't see your video of it.
I suck with a throwing knife, dude. Somebody's challenged me to do a team deathmatch all throwing knife. I got 5 kills. I ended the match 5-0. I'd be looking around in the fucking snow for the throwing knife.
That's me. I lose mine. I'm gonna have to use one-man army or scavenger or something because I'm gonna lose my knife. That thing's gone.
You ever threw your throwing knife across the stage and then found it?
Oh yeah. I've been in the second round of demolition or capture the flag. I'll be in the spawn calling my care package. And the other day I looked down at the ground and there's a throwing knife, and it was from the other team. They had thrown it spawn to spawn and had missed me by maybe 2 feet.
Yeah,
it's just stuck in.
My boy Leonic does that mess on Wasteland. On Wasteland, he's figured out the A and the B spawn. He gets them every now and then.
Wow,
I'm like, why don't you just shoot a grenade launcher? He's like, that isn't as cool.
That's one thing. Back when I first heard about the throwing knife, I'm like, nobody's ever going to use a throwing knife. Everybody's going to want something that explodes to throw at people. But I see a lot of people using the throwing knives. I guess a lot of people like to use them.
It goes, I hardly ever see, I think I've got killed twice by a throwing knife, to be honest.
Usually when I get killed by it, it's because somebody has snuck up behind me. and they just, took their time, or it's because they did the little riot shield combination. They came out with a riot shield and quickly threw the thing at me after they stunned me or something.
Even when you do that, the Stemtex is better in that situation.
Oh yeah. There's really, I don't know. If you get the riot shield, I think you get rid of the knife faster than the Stemtex. I don't know. I don't really use the riot shield that much, but that's the only situation I think that the throwing knife really has any kind of advantage, because it's pretty much just for show. It's just something silly to throw in there. They might as well. Everybody was speculating whether they were going to give you the ice axes like from the campaign. They should have. If they're going to put a throwing knife in, give me an ice axe. I run around the map like a serial killer.
I wish they would have put gold skins back in there, but we're running out of time. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. You got anything to say? You got like 10 seconds.
Just come check out my channel. I think you'll like the videos. They're pretty similar to the ones you see on this guy's channel.